Shalom, shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Wahakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Amathia from Great Millstone, Dallas. And I wanted to go into this video here. This cool kids, 13 is on Instagram, but it says here what's going on in Mexico. And what's going on in Mexico is what's getting ready to go throughout the four corners of the earth, especially here in Babylon the Great. It's basically the road that's leading up to the MOTB, all right, the micro sea hill. That is the goal of the end all goal, okay? The goal that they're trying to reach is basically getting everybody to go into this digital world and use their digital currency that's going to eventually be tracked and inserted within you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play this, and Lord willing, this will be edifying to the elect of Israel.
Mexico. Oh my Mexico. Okay, so not only are they banning cash in January of next year, 2027, but now they have decided by June of this year, which is 2 months, that all 127 million mobile phone users will have to register their numbers with a biometric data, which will include fingerprints, iris scans, or facial recognition. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. You'll just be cut from cell service. This also includes prepaid phones. This includes the Amigo phone lines. All of it. All of it. Makes a little bit of sense when you know that the president is... So this digital push is here. It's been here, but Mexico's going hard. And we're right behind. Everyone's right behind. So just remember that mandates mean nothing if you say no. Oh my Mexico.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that Esau does. Is when they're really looking to implement something, they put in a puppet for them. And you see what they did with Mexico. They withdrew Israelites down there in the country, in that country of the Northern Kingdom. Is what they set up is put in a puppet leader, and we see who they put in there is that she showed a juice box. This is one of the baby caps. All right. One of the small has the baby caps. And why did they put her there? To implement, to help perform their enterprise. Okay? Help perform their enterprise. Okay? And the Lord is going to stop that enterprise, but actually he's going to let them continue on. Let me get that right. He's going to let that continue to go on, because it's going to set up for these people to accept the new way of life, which is going to lead up to that sea hill. All right. It's going to definitely lead up to that sea hill. All right. So now is the time we have to get ready for what's to come. Before I get that, let me get this. All right. Because this is what's going to happen if we go into Matthew 24 and 22. And what is that? Is it Mark 13? This is Matthew 24 and 22. It says, and except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but the elect, for the elect's sake, the days shall be shortened. Okay, so we seeing this here is the slow path to destruction, and the Lord is speeding it up. Why is he speeding it up? He's speeding it up for the elect's sake. Okay, so these days are getting shortened, and he's getting Esau to move forward with his enterprise. But what's about to happen to his enterprise is the Lord is going to set up to keep him from completing his final so-called piece of his agenda. All right. When he's about to fill his belly, thinking he's got everything, complete, and he basically is going to do away with the nation of Israel, and he's going to offset the prophecy, which leading to his prophecy is the destruction, or leading for his rulership to be taken over. The Lord is going to cause that he's going to bring a stop to it. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get some here. This is Revelations 13, and let's get to it, because this is, like I say, is what's going to lead up to the MOTB. It says, and he calls us all, okay, and who is he? The damn devil that walked upon the earth, the small hats. That's what Esau does. He goes in and he brings forth a rulership, a leader to be the face, and then he gives you these certain um, ways of life that he's going to transition to and make it sound like it's good. But the scriptures say the words in his mouth were smoother than butter, but words always going to be in this nigga's heart. And I'm talking about the so-called white man. And ultimately, I'm talking about the elect of Israel is going to be the ones that he's going to be looking for. He's going this nigga, the elect of Israel, is who he's truly going to be looking for. But ultimately, he want to do away with all of the nation of Israel. And I'm talking about you so-called black Latinos and Native Americans. And keep in mind, though, Esau knows that we're scattered. That's why he said, I would do away with some of the other nations as well. But ultimately, I want to make sure I get you so-called black, Latino, Native American, or what you would say the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because we are scattered. All right? But to get that and to put you in to keep you from falling or worshiping to your power, which is Yahweh, which is He is, and Yahweh Shai, okay, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus, which was a so-called black man walking upon the earth. He wants to cut you off from your power. All right, but to do that, what he's going to do is, like it says, and he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, and he calls the small, both all small, like I said, the small and the poor. Okay, you know, you have your mailmen, your clerks, your teachers, your everyday Joe Blows. That's who he's still going to, he looking to see hip you, okay? You're rich, okay? You're great, you're rich. You're talking about your athletes, you're wealthy, you're wealthy people. Because you think when people have millions, that ain't nothing compared to what the elite has. The elites of this world is it owns majority of the wealth upon the earth. They have majority of the gold. They have majority of the money. They have majority of they have the rulership. You know, so you can be wealthy. You can be a CEO, a CFO, doctor, lawyer. It doesn't matter because you're part of that all. That's small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Okay. To receive a mark in their right hands or their foreheads. Okay? And it says, and that no man might buy or sell, say that he has the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name. See, you won't be able to do anything unless you get with the program. That's what she's going into when she's talking about it, starting with what? The phone. I don't know what that is.
Oh, my Mexico. Okay, so not only are they banning cash in January of next year, 2027, but now...
See, it's becoming a cashless society. Cashless, like it's going to be obsolete, right? So that's what they're going to do. They'll start off as like going into cashless. You got to think when they did the credit cards, they brought in the credit cards and they made it what? They made it an abundance. Some people was basically against it, but overall, everybody eventually gradually came into that understanding. They gradually adopted the credit cards, and then, like I say, what was that? Some years ago, 5 years ago, they start issuing out chips in the cards, in your credit cards or your debit cards. And if you didn't utilize it, because I can speak personally, I had one and I didn't utilize it because I was like, I stuck with my same old card, swiping and swiping, and one day it just stopped working. So I was like, what's going on? I thought maybe somebody tamper or mess with my account or what have you, but they said, hey, we sent you 2 cards out. Why haven't you used it? I'm like, oh, well, I didn't really think I needed to use the card if I have a perfectly working card, but no, they had to. Eventually, I had to go to it because what? I would have been like now what she's saying, you would basically not be a part of our system. So that's what they're looking to do. They're going to set up for a digital system, and when the time goes on, what he's going to do? He's going to gradually see. That's the gradualism Esau does. That slow path, the slow path to destruction, and the Lord is having him to speed these things up. And he's going to say, okay, eventually you got to receive through this digital system. We got to have this small insertion that we got to insert a small little grain what is it, RFID, that we're gonna slit and put a little and slide it in you, and that way you can what would we say? He would improve tracking of transitions. You won't have to try to keep a wallet. He's gonna make it seem like it will be much more convenient to what you're normally used to, and people are gonna be against it. You know what I'm saying? But eventually they're gonna bow the knee to Baal. They're gonna bow the knee to Esau. But the elect is the ones who are gonna stand boldly and not bow the knee to him. Now you're gonna have people in the world that's not gonna bow, but see, they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. They don't have that covering. See, it's a certain way when we go into these things that the days are evil, and Jacob's trouble is gonna continue to get worse. If you don't have Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah with you, you're through. Okay, even if you say I don't want to take the chip or what have you, yeah. The Lord is getting ready to speed these things up, and he's going to be covering the elect. Not the 2/3 of Israel, the elect of Israel. Okay? Because these things are about to happen, and we see, as she's talking, as it says on here, look into an all-digital future. Scheinbaum plans to eliminate cash at the pump and the toll booth. So this is for things to come, because this is coming here. Okay? Like I said, this is a part of like a 11. It's gonna, what is it, Galatians 5:9, a little leaven, the whole lump. We know that when you have someone that's within the truth, and you say a little leaven, the whole lump. But even with Esau, he put these things out to help things grow. Like I said, he's the wicked yeast of the world. All right, he rise like bread rises. He puts stuff in to rise wickedness. Okay, but he do it so subtly. That's why Genesis 3. Going into the serpent, in the serpent, okay, what did the serpent do? He was, what did it say? Now the serpent was more subtle than any of the beasts of the field. See? He's a sly devil, as they say, they would say. A damn sly devil.
They have decided by June of this year, which is 2 months, that all 127 million mobile phone users will have to register their numbers with a biometric data, which will include fingerprints, iris scans, or facial recognition. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. You'll just be cut from cell service. This also includes prepaid phones. This includes the Amigo phone lines. All of it. All of it. Makes a little bit of sense when you know that the president is... So this digital push is here. It's been here, but Mexico's going hard, and we're right behind. Everyone's right behind. So just remember that mandates mean nothing if you say no.
See, the Lord got this where it's going to move forward. All right? But we have a more sure word of prophecy. Okay, we know these things are going to happen. And these men that I hear that preach the word, but they're trying to stay in pocket with Esau. You know, the Lord is gonna give it too, because they're gonna get it too, because the Lord said he's gonna start at his sanctuary. All right, the ones that know the truth, but yet they want to keep that bag or try to stay in that gray area with Esau. Don't stop calling no name. You know what I'm saying? Trying to say Edomites and other heathens can be saved. All right, they're going off from the doctrine. So the Lord, hey, they're gonna receive that punishment too, and a lot of them gonna accept the sea hill, okay? Just like a lot of them when they were telling them during the time of the Jesus Jews, that jab, they're telling their congregation to take it, and then all of a sudden, what happened? A lot of them started getting sick. A lot of them was back in the spirit world. You know, you can see how UIC was doing that. You know. And it's true. So, you know, it ain't like I'm just saying something that didn't actually happen. But then they started trying to change their tune because what? They saw the effect of the jab. But see, that was a prelude of what's to come. Okay? As it says, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Like I say, if you don't get with the program what Esau is setting up, you're going to be cut off from society. And people in this world love this world too much. That's why we are not of this world. Okay? And if you love this world, there's no love. The love of the Father is not in you. Okay? This is 2 Timothy 3 and verse, let me see here, 3 and 13. All right. It says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse. Okay. And if you, you're going to have, like you say, the Israelites, they're going to constantly continue to get worse. Our people are destroyed. You know, one thing, as it says in Hosea 4 and 6, for lack of knowledge. And also, like I say, evil men, Esau, okay, he's going to continue to wax worse and worse. So, like I said, that's a part of that progression. Okay, as it says with the digital system, they saying they finna if you don't get with the biometrics, you're gonna basically be cut off from any type of like I say communication. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get with the program, or you're gonna be left behind. Okay. So that's what he's doing. That's progression, and that's how it's gonna be with that sea hill. All right, it's gonna be with the mark. And it says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Okay? But you know what? Why are they being deceived? Will continue to wax worse and worse? Okay, because what? This now also that in the last days perilous times shall come. That's this is 2 Timothy 3 and 1. In the NLT, it says, you should know this, Timothy, that in the last day there shall be very difficult times. Okay, very difficult times. And Esau is going to create that order out of chaos. Okay, that order out of chaos. And who's going to cause that chaos? He's causing it. That's why you see what's going on with Strait of Hormuz. That's why you see the prices of gas, and that's not only on the gas. You see in the prices, and it's gonna continue to rise in the stores. Food, okay, clothing, all these things that got to be shipped and transitioned and moved forward, back and forth. All right, through ships or to factories or what have you. These things are about to be go up because what? Because of the war that's happening over in Iran, and also that affects the shipments and things like that which comes in and out of the Strait of Hormuz. All right, and a lot of people don't pay attention to that because they feel like the news. I don't like to hear the news because nothing good come out of it. But one thing about the news is what? It's information. We do have to decipher through pick the bones out, but it's information. So if you're not paying attention to what's going on with the world, you're going to be caught up in this thing. Okay? And this is what the world is. This is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah here in Babylon the Great. Verse 2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient, and disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Okay? They're unholy. So they're going to, and they're not thankful. So the thing is, as the king is here and that rules, so is the people. And that's how Esau is. All these things we just read, that is how he is, and that's how the people in this world has started and to be transitioned or transformed to. They are lover of themselves. That's you see that on video constantly. You know, social media, constantly with a camera in their face. They proud. Look at these nigger women, these black women, very proud, boasters. You even got the nigger man too, constantly boasting. All right. Look at this in the NLT. It say in verse 2, it says the people will love only themselves and their money, and you can't love Yahweh Shema Shah and Mammon. And Mammon's what? It's the god of money. Okay. And that's all you see is people that talk about, your money. You gotta have money for this. If you ain't balling, you ain't nothing, and BS. But the Lord is gonna take the enjoyment out of that. Like I said, when the digital system comes in, it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be without jobs. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be homeless. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be starving. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be looking for help. And what Esau is gonna bring? He's gonna bring that solution, that wicked solution on the left hand side. You say, I know you're small. You might be great. You used to be great. You used to be rich. Now you looking poor. I got a solution for you. And what's it gonna bring? You're gonna be like, this is the RFID, and this is something that we can insert in you, and we could put some. He's gonna give you some type of maybe what is it called, stimulus credit on there or something where you be able to get this. But that's what he's gonna do, and he's gonna say, if you're not down with the program, like he's doing about in Mexico with the phones. He said, well, you can't get it. You can't get in on this. All right. Like Smokers, he didn't put in on this, so you can't even get with the program. You gotta go. That's why Kill Bates said, BG said, if you don't, on the TED Talk, they do a really, really good job of jabbing people. They can get this population down. All right. And that's gonna change as well, because they're gonna say, if you don't get this, you gotta go. That's why they're saying they're gonna get it down, like the Georgia Guidestone, from 8 billion people to 500 million. So, just hipping you is not the end all be all. He's looking to do away with a lot of life upon the earth. That's why the Lord got to come and stop this nigga. But the Lord is going to perform that as well, because the wickedness got to be purged out, and that's going to be brought forth by fire. Okay, and you need fuel to the fire. Is going to be what a lot of these people that roam the earth. Okay, people that roam the earth is going to be fuel to the fire, because it got to be a redo. Okay, I'm gonna start back in 2 Timothy 3:2. In the middle, it say, they will be boasters and proud, scoffing at Yahweh Shem Yahushua, disobedient to parents, and ungrateful. They will consider nothing sacred. So they ain't finna consider these things that the Lord is setting up for. They don't respect Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They don't have wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Okay? But like I said, this serpent is now the damn that we read about in Genesis 3 has became what? That dragon. And he's finna come and try to devour the world. But the Lord is going to stop him, and the Lord is going to stop him from performing his enterprise. What is that? Job 5:20. This is, and I'll end up on it. No, I got one more I want to get. I want to get Psalm 68 as well. Job 5. What is it? 20, slacking. 5:12. This is Job 5:12. It says, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty. Okay, that's sly devil. That's Esau Edom. So their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and counsel of the froward is carried headlong. So the Lord is going to continue to let this man do what he has to do, because he do have a job that is the wicked one. Okay, because he was created for the day of evil. But like I said, his time, he got bound to, that he cannot pass. So he got a certain period of time where the Lord is going to come and do away with him. But like I said, he's going to be looking definitely to do away with the elect of the nation of Israel. But the Lord is going to, but we're going to be delivered. This is Psalm 68 and verse 20. And it reads, he that is our power is the power of salvation. And unto Yahweh thy power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is called captive. Yahweh the Lord belongeth the issues from death. In the NLT it says, our power is the power who saves. The sovereign Lord rescues us from death. Okay? So, hey, this already been played out in heaven, so we already are delivered. We just going through the movies now. We just going through the movie. And we're at the end of it. Now we just got to see the finale. Then from that finale, we're gonna be brought. We're gonna be set to go home, and we very close. So we just got to continue enduring. All right. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.